All right, we are on 4.3, lesson 24, and today our objective is I can determine if a whole number is a multiple of another number. Okay, so we're still talking about factors, but we're also going to be talking about multiples today, and what are the difference between these two. So a factor, which we've been doing, are numbers that can be multiplied, and we'll just do the time side so we have enough room, together to get another number. So if I was looking at the number 6, what are two factors of 6, or what are numbers that go into 6? I could do 2 times 3. I could do 6 times 1. These right here would be those factors, right? And that's what we've been doing last lesson and the lesson before that. Multiples is going to be the opposite. So multiples is product, which is your answer to a multiplication product or problem. So product of a given number. So you have a number and any other whole number. Other whole number. And so an example of this would be your skip counting, right? When you skip count, you're saying all the multiples of that number. So if I were going to skip count for 2, multiples of 2 would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then I would just keep going. So those would be multiples. So we're going to look at the number 96, very big number, and we're going to talk about multiples and factors of 96. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is looking at the number, we're going to try to figure out what are all the factors that can go into 96. So remember, we always talk about starting with 1. So I know 1 can always go into 96, which would get me 96, right? So 1 and 96 would be a factor of 96. Now that would make it prime if that was the only two factors that would go into it. 2, does 2 go into 96? Well, because 96 is even, right? 6 is even, and 2 can go into 6, and we know 2 can go into 96. Okay? And one way we can do that, figure out how many times 2 goes in, is we can divide. We can also use the distributive property and the associative property we did last time to find 96. So I can do 96, I'm going to divide by 2 to see how many times it goes in. 2 goes into 9, how many times? Can go in 4 times, which would be 8 minus equals 1. I bring down my 16 or my 6 to make 16. 2 goes in my new number, 16, 8 times, which would be 16 minus 0. And because there's no remainder, it goes in evenly. So 48 goes into 96. I want to know if 3 can go into 96. So again, I can divide by 3 and see if it goes into 96 evenly. You can see from this number, 3 can go into 9 evenly, 3 can go into 6 evenly, so that's going to show us that it can go into 96, that 3 is going to be a factor. 3 goes into 9 3 times, 9, bring down my 6, 3 goes into 6 2 times. And again, we get 0 remainder, so our factor is going to be 32 equals 96. Okay. Let's try with some bigger numbers. So I've done 1, 2, 3. My next number would be a 4. Let's do distributive property to find out how many times can 4 go in there. So I'm going to look at these other factors that I have on here. And I know 4 is a factor of 32. So I'm going to write this multiplication problem on here. And I'm going to rearrange my numbers using the associative property to find out if I have any more factors of 96. So I'm going to keep 3 here, And instead of 32, I'm going to change 32 into 8 times 4. Okay. So then I can see that in 96, I can take the 3 and put it with the 8 times 4. That 4 is going to be a factor. And what's my factor of 4 going to be? Well, what's 3 times 8? 3 times 8 is 24, times 4 equals 96. So then I find out that 4 is also going to be a factor of 96. Okay. We've done 3, if I go to 5, 5 is not going to fit in there. Our next number, right, 5 is only going to go into 5 and 0. My number doesn't. Our next number that we need to try is 6. So I'm going to look down here and see if there's any numbers that 6 can go into. Well, I know 6 can go into 48, so I'm going to use that number. And I'm going to use Distributive Property again to see if I can find my 6. So I'm going to keep my 2 the same, and my 48, I'm going to separate it into 8 times 6, which makes 48. Now remember, we can rearrange our numbers according to the Distributive Property with multiplication. So instead of 2 times 8 times 6, I want to get 6 by itself. I'm going to do 2 times 8 times 6 equals 96. 2 times 8 gets me 16 times 6 equals 96. So here I can see 6 is a factor, and it's going to be times 16 equals 96. Good. And then we can show our other ones in here. So 8, I want to find 8 as a factor. I can see because I have 8 right here. 8 times, if I look at my 8, what's my 2 other numbers that I have here? 6 and 2, which would be 12. That would make 96. And then we've gone through all our numbers. So the factors of 96, which we have a lot, is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to go this way. 12, 16, 24, 32, 48, and 96. So here's 2 strategies. This one takes a while because you're going to have to divide each number. This one, if you spread them out and see factors in here, then you can kind of see all your factors listed down below. Okay? And then you can see multiples of 96 would be to multiply up, but you can also see multiples in here like 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16. So you can see the multiples of 2 in here. You can see multiples of 6 in here, 6, 24, 32, 48. So these are the steps we're going to do tomorrow in our practice problem, and I will see everyone on Friday.